here we go. Let's see here. I gotta make sure I bring up everything. Let's see. Got too many computers here. All right. All right, we got quite a scribble in here. Let me send the invites to my guests. All right. We will be waiting for them to arrive. Make sure that they can get into this here. There we go. All right, so tonight we're going to be doing a live stream. We have about 4 special guests, and the live stream is actually on one of my events for once, which is pretty cool. I have a group called the Planer Creationists that I started about a year and a half ago in the game, and we focus on harvesting and understanding energies in all sets of how they're developed and how they're used. And we basically believe that energy is never ending, it's never dying, and that it comes in many, many forms. Apologies, I am starting to come down with a cold. All right, so as we start to have our guests come in here, I believe we already have one so far. Let's see, Lori, you were muted. You there?
Hey, am I still muted? I can't.
No, you're not muted, but you might want to turn yourself up a little bit. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can figure this stuff out here. All right, put this here. All right, so let's unmute you. I'm going to click on me, make sure it stays on me. Go to cameraman, control room. All right, so unmute Lori. Turn her up a little bit. All right, so how's that, Lori? How are you doing?
Doing well, thanks. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. How about the rest of the room? Are you guys good? Everybody else in the chat hear her pretty good? Yes, no, maybe.
Hello, just in case.
No, that's good now. That's nice and loud.
Awesome.
All right, so while I get the rest of the guests here, and by the way, some of the guests are going to be a few minutes late because, parenting, real world things. we have all that fun stuff that we have to do as adults. Yes, so they're saying my room looks a little bit like Duel. So yes, I do have some. I do have a slight addiction to Underlight, so there is that.
Those are really cool. You did a great job.
Oh, that wasn't me, man. That's our. We have a graphic artist that works on the marketing stuff, who's phenomenal at what she does. So
well, she did a great job.
She did. She does a great job.
You did a good job applying them to your wall.
I did. I have a plotter downstairs that's I got from ITT Tech when they closed, and I'm actually going to be making some posters and doing some marketing things with that once I'm ready. So keep your eyes peeled there, players. You might win yourself a nice, beautiful poster of your house crest with your facade. Facade. Is it facade? With your facade in the background.
Where do I sign up?
Right. I think I'm going to tie it into the newspaper because I think the newspaper is doing really good. I've been hearing a lot of good feedback from the GM team talking to me about it. So that's a phenomenal thing there. It's all player driven. The only thing that the GMs do at the end, I think, is just put it together.
That's all right. Awesome.
We have another person here. We have Carl. Carl, would you like to introduce yourself?
It is the one and only William Rickson.
Oh, that's my comedy guy. How you doing, William?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
So let me bring up Underlight. Get all this stuff closed here. Get this stuff here closed. Put this here. All right, so I have my screen stuck, and I'm going to share screen here and share and bring up Underlight. And for those who don't know, we will be doing this inside the Library of Dreams because I need to be able to use some arts without actually hurting anybody.
Oh, that's no fun.
Always fun. All right, why did it not share my screen? Am I missing a step here? Let's see. Let's try this again. All right. Not sure why it's doing that. This is the first time I've ever had this issue. All I see, let's try this. What the heck is going on? Stop sharing screen. Share screen. Okay, let's do this one and see if that works. I know I'm sharing the right screen. Insert Inception gong. Yeah, right? Oh, come on. Why is it doing this? Stop sharing. All right. Let me try it this way. Bring this over here. And then try sharing screen. Nope. Nope. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. Bear with me here for a moment. Oh, of course, now it's showing it. There we go. All right. Share screen. And boom. Hey, magic.
Yay,
All right.
success.
There we go. Oops. Missed conversations, of course. All righty. So here we are. We're going into the Library of Dreams. All right. So while we're waiting for everybody else to get here, we just had another person join. Please feel free to introduce yourself and or the character that you play. For this, that means you do kind of have to unmute and or talk. I know that puts you on the spot.
While we're waiting on her, I don't know. I know that I introduced myself last time, but just in case we have different viewers this time, I am Laurie, and I play Starling, friendly Fate Sender, ruler of Order of the Sable Moon.
And for the record, there is nothing friendly about Fate Senders.
Hey, I'm trying to give them a new rep. I know Meridian is like spinning that the opposite end, but you know, I'm here to spin it the other way too, a little bit. Who also has the honor of being an apprentice under Golah.
Golah, God, he's crazy from what I heard.
Just a little. I wasn't gonna say it.
Hey, Uber Goober. It's nice to see you. You had a wonderful stream today. Thank you so much for letting me come and watch. Uber Goober will eventually, hopefully, one day be a player. We'll see. She's a phenomenal lady.
Awesome.
Thank you, Elmer. Alrighty. Let's see. Somebody messaged. All right. So basically what we're doing here is there's actually a lot of people who kind of do know a little bit about the Planer Creationists and what it is we do. Mostly because I've either posted stuff on the forums about it, or I've randomly shoved information down people's throat unwillingly or willingly by every means I can, like I did at the order the other day, if you don't recall. All right. All right, so we have Zerth. We have... Oh, jeez, I can't even pronounce his name because I'm going to butcher it, but Najevic Torvik?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
You're the accent specialist, Will.
Oh no, I would butcher it even worse.
All right. Let's see here. We will get started. All right, let me move this microphone out of my face. Everybody can still hear me clearly, even though I've moved the mic about 3 feet from me.
Yep.
Perfect.
Still good.
You got one of the coys are telling Uber to be a sender, a fate sender.
Yes, go for it.
You'll have a good apprentice to teach you all your learn arts.
It would be an honor.
All right, so here we go. So I've been planning this for a while, gathering some information and stuff. And we are going to start this meeting here. First and foremost, thank you. Today I will begin.
Just testing if this thing is working.
It is working.
Okay, so it is working. Good.
Is this who is this?
It's Hale.
This Chelsea?
Yes.
Hale, Chelsea, right?
Yes.
Hello,
would be
welcome.
me.
Welcome to you and your husband.
And he's here, but he's being shy. He hasn't said anything. He's just like sitting back, making faces.
That's okay. He can make faces all he wants. I think I know who he is. So it's awesome to have you here. I love your character. So if you ever get the gumption to speak on the mic today, please tell us a little bit about you and your character. But I do love your character. I love Hale's character. Hale and Golah don't interact too much. It's a
shame.
Yeah, it is. It's not that we've had a bad interaction. It's just the way the dream works sometimes. But I'm hoping that we can forge some type of relationship in the game as we progress with our role plays.
I've been trying.
I know. But Golah is like usually swamped for some reason, which he's not used to, by the way. This the kind of attention Golah gets, even before the streams. I mean, Golah was, I don't know.
He's shiny. He wears all that gold.
Yeah, he does wear a lot of gold. Okay. Imagine, if you will.
I'm going to apologize in advance because my allergies tend to manifest instead of sneezing and head,
Get it out, man. Speak.
Instead of sneezing and being all head coldy, my allergies tend to manifest in the form of a very terrible cough. So I'll try not to hack up a lung into the microphone.
I've actually just started coming down with a cold myself. It's not really a cold. It's more with the season changes, which is what happens.
If I could do something, I would ban pollen completely.
Oh.
But
and we wouldn't have stuff like strawberries.
Or,
anything really.
Or life on the planet Earth.
We would all die. Okay, I thought that was funny. I'm sorry.
It is funny. I depend on you guys to talk. I depend on you guys to talk because I have a lot of typing to do and I might get distracted. So I need you guys to keep conversation going. Keep it focused on the game or experiences of the game. Memories, if you want to share some.
Oh, whoops. It lagged really bad for a second. What were you saying?
I said I have a lot of typing to do for the role play I'm doing. So if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves about the game and kind of a little bit, and you can comment out of character about what I'm doing in the game as well, keep the conversation flowing, and that will help me a lot. Because I'm probably going to do a lot of typos too.
Ignore what we're saying. It'll be fine.
Well, I totally started playing back in 1996.
I was like 7 at the time.
I was still in high school.
I was just a little kid. Anyway, continue, babe. I'm sorry.
96.
Yeah,
that was
okay.
like when computers really actually started going into people's homes.
Yeah, it was. I remember because we had the AOL boom in like 1999 when people started coming into the game. I remember I used to play on some, bootleg internet ISP called Sprynet, which was every 4 hours they expected you to log off and log back on.
Oh no!
And, yeah, and I actually got my account banned several times because I didn't do that. And I remember I used to have to call from the payphone in my high school to get them to turn my internet back on.
Let this one stand for a moment. The payphone at his high school. When was the last time you've seen a payphone?
I don't even think my kids, my younger one doesn't even really know what they are. So, yeah.
Okay, so I opened with my opening statement, which is basically saying that when energy becomes the focus of a dream, you may be exploring an objective view of your own energy levels. When you're feeling like a strange energy surrounding you, and how it can symbolize the awakening of qualities that have been repressed as personified by the shadow. And I emphasized in the game, when I say shadow, I don't mean Monastery of the Shadow up in Umbric. I mean shadow of energy, because I'm leading to the idea that energy in of itself never dies. It simply transforms into something else. So it's an ever evolving form of energy, whether it's from essence manipulation, from flame, from blade, from dreamers, from soul. It just changes and becomes something else.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we all got really quiet and we're like, dream science.
We have to really think about it for a minute.
It is a mind altering thing, because when you're talking about the dream, especially for Golah, because Golah has taken a shift over the last 2 years, from a standpoint of this is my city and I can do whatever the hell I want, to a standpoint of, hey, wait a minute. How is it that these people can become elders, but we can't? What are we missing? What ingredient don't we have that prevents us from that ascension to elder status? So the investigation for Golah with the Planer Creationists is to become that spark that the dream starts to recognize and form, so that it can one day ascend Golah to, or any other dreamer, to an elder status. Because it's my belief that elders are everything that we currently aren't. They're unbiased, they teach everyone, they do everything, they defend the city when they can. For the most part, they give us the information and tools that we need to do it. And when they need to step in to correct things, they step in to correct things. So the question is why can't we do this yet? We've come so far as dreamers.
I mean,
I love the
Dimitri's theory on that is just that dreamers are being held down and they're a secondary class to the elders, and there's some secret the elders are keeping from them. I mean, but Dimitri's kind of all getting ready to be all punk rock, anarchy in the UK sort of character. I don't know if I actually am going to go through with that, but he's been showing the little signs of, damn the man, we're gonna fight the power, all that sort of thing.
Mind you, I have to live with all of these ideas. I don't get away from them.
I mean, during the whole Eldritch saga, there was kind of a streak of running around and speaking it like it is and that sort of thing. And
that was such a fun storyline, though. I really had a lot of fun with that one. And then everyone got quiet.
Right? Everybody has a theory about the elders.
Yeah.
For the longest time, Golah hated elders. Trust me.
Seems like a lot of people do.
But there is a certain respect that comes from them that I think it's that they see us as the future. When they leave, somebody needs to take their place, and it could be us, but we have to prove ourselves. And we have too many petty squabbles and too many bickers and too many wars and fights to be able to truly ascend to the level of elder.
I completely agree.
So essentially the elders are like the Jedis.
In a way, yeah. I mean, even in the
Padawans, little Padawans running around all over the place.
Even in the Jedi, there's still an evil and a good, and the concept of evil and good is very, very gray. The dark side doesn't really see itself as evil; they see themselves as cleansers of sort. Fixing a problem that they saw. So in the game, in Underlight, there is a good fraction of elders, and then there is a bad fraction of elders. There's the elders that want to do what they want to do. From history of Underlight, we could think of as Modan, Aiden, Prelate,
Yagka.
Say that again.
Yagka,
yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he stand trial?
Yeah, he did, and my character was the judge, and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing because I was a 14-year-old kid. But they made it work.
All right. So now I'm going on to my next part.
A good story always follows that sentence.
Well, it's better. Now listen closely. It's better than, hey, y'all, hold my beer.
Because that means it's all going downhill.
Right?
I'm pretty sure it would be worth it in the end. What a story to share with everyone later, if everyone survives.
I think Starling sees elders as advisors and encouragers, like encourage to push the path to say you can open your eyes and do so much more. Like to direct and also help. And so she definitely has mad respect for them because she still has been gone for so long and is coming back. And there's still so many things that she's taking in. So anybody, obviously, who is beyond her to that point, she absolutely looks up to. And then especially the elders too.
Wow.
I'm telling you, she's profound.
Well, thanks.
I think Hale is just anxious.
Hale is scared of most of the elders.
Yeah.
Aww.
She hasn't talked to too many elders.
All right, so I know sometimes the writing is small. So basically what I said is my next sentence, because there's people who in the game who are role-playing that they don't believe energy has shadow. So basically what it proves is that when you're conducting energy in an experiment, it allows you to understand the power of the attraction and how positive thinking has a profound effect on making experience more positive. If a solid object as a symbol transforms into energy, you may be recognizing how easy it is to let something go. So, how many have been to Ren Rut's study? I like using Ren Rut as a guide here because he was the fate sender that was the father of gatekeepers, for those who don't know the history of gatekeepers. Okay.
I knew it at some point. I cannot remember it now.
La-di-da.
in his study, there is a two-way tapestry, correct?
Yeah, the one you walk through, it's so cool.
Yeah. So
It's like magic.
It is. It is. And I'll tell you, like the first week, I would send Starling down that way to try to get to caves, and I'd be like, I don't know where I'm going. I can't go. There's a wall there.
I still remember my first stream for that. Like I was following who the heck was it? Thrawn for some reason is what comes to mind. Thrawn, is that THRAWN?
Yeah, I think that's the name of the character.
I was following him. He was taking me to somewhere in Threshold Pits, and like I saw him walk through the wall, and I was like, I don't think I could do that, bud.
That was my thought when I first started playing in Shades of Truth.
I was like, I thought I had to have, yeah.
How do you pronounce her name? Kelly.
Salen.
Yeah, I was with one of Salen's alts, and she had the character walk through that tapestry or wall or whatever, and I was following, and I just stood there like,
Well, I mean, that was really pushing the boundaries of what you could do with a 3D engine back then.
Yeah.
You know,
Now we have the seamless rooms.
Yeah.
That are pretty cool. I like those.
yeah, I want to know what sort of magic they work to make that happen.
It's pretty cool. That's all I know.
I guess we'll never know. We're not meant to know, babe. Just enjoy the magic.
That's
Well,
right.
I mean, I used to build Duke Nukem levels, so
Special.
well, they were not good, but I used to build them. I was a teenager, and when I found out I could like put the stripper sprites everywhere, they were just big rooms full of them.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What did you just say?
What?
What did you just say?
He said something inappropriate, and I already told him no.
Who said there's an eyeball floating over my head?
It's like Elmer
Elmer.
over
Elmer?
Starling's head.
Those eyeballs.
I don't know who's doing that, but they're phenomenal. I love those eyes.
Yeah.
It was Agonarius for a while. Dimitri, he was messing with Dimitri one night, and he just filled an entire room with eyeballs. It was like the Cabal is watching you. I was like,
Hooray. Let me go get my party poppers. And then everyone got quiet again. And I am just totally bombing tonight.
You're not bombing. You're doing fine. You guys are keeping conversation going while I keep the audience in the game interested and invested. So that's really good.
Okay. You have quite a turnout in that room, by the way.
Yeah, that's awesome. All
Yeah.
kinds of folks.
Okay. THLS.
oh, that's Zareth. I thought it would say Kelrith for a second. I was going to be like, what?
No, it's Zareth.
Dude, I'd have thrown a party if that was true.
I would have been probably the only one here like, who?
Well, he's going to teach us all yoga and the power of positive thinking.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with this.
Actually, meditation is a very strong form of energy,
Yes.
which is why gatekeepers have a better meditation than everybody else.
La-di-da. So special.
Well, they need something to calm them down.
I was just about to say that. Or something special about them.
Yeah, to keep that energy.
Besides, boards.
Well, then Dream Seers never shut up, so.
100% accurate.
Quietest dream seer.
I was going to ask. I was like, isn't Hale a dream seer? I think she's
Yes,
like
she is the quietest dream seer. She doesn't say anything.
So we have a quiet dream seer and a friendly fate sender. So it's like
They're weird.
we're gonna push the boundaries, man. That's what I'm saying.
Somebody just joined.
Who do we have here?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Who are you? Please introduce yourself.
Oh, hey, this is Chris. I play Reyes.
Reyes. That's oh my god. That
Now I know
character
how to
is
say it
awesome.
correctly. Yeah,
I've
he's
been
awesome.
pronouncing it wrong this whole time.
I've been calling him Raw Os.
Yes.
I
That's much
just been
worse.
saying
Same, actually.
Reyes is what I've been saying instead of Reyes. So
Reyes.
Yeah, I didn't actually think about anyone saying it out loud after when I created him. I guess that. What are you gonna do?
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Reyes. I absolutely love your role play that you're doing in the game.
yeah,
really
super
Me
cool.
too.
Super cool.
Oh shoot, you guys are gonna make me blush.
That's okay. Men blush too. All right, so Apophis isn't coming up, so let me try to find a different
Like
victim.
Hill is the queen of blush. Just saying that
Let me
title
find
is already
a
claimed.
different victim / volunteer. Let's see who we got here.
We should talk about when we have a second is how everybody came up with their names. Like I always think that's pretty cool. Their characters.
How did everybody come up with their names?
Yeah, their character names.
I used a name generator and I wrote them all down. And I went through one night and picked like 3 that I didn't like, put it away, came back to it another day, knocked off some more. And then finally I had 2 at one point. And then had my husband pick one and decided I didn't like it and went with the other one.
You let me give the character a last name.
Yes, I let him give
Ah.
the character her last name.
Well, that was generous of you.
So that's
cool.
how that happened.
Awesome.
I honestly don't know where I pulled the name Dimitri from. I know I stole the name Wraith from the Dresden novels. And then, the original character was, supposed to be a send-up of the QRP characters because he was.
Are we allowed to mention that? I'm pretty sure that you got to keep it like G-rated.
Okay.
Yes, it does have to. This is age.
PG.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So G-rated. I already told you this. You don't listen.
Well, to be fair, in his defense, he is a husband. We generally don't listen. My wife is in the YouTube chat. She will verify this.
You guys act like I should be wearing my pants around, my chest and, yelling at kids on my lawn.
You don't?
I mean, we're like only maybe, I don't know, another year into living in here before we start yelling at the neighbors' kids to get off our lawn.
Well, especially since they just moved in, right? So now you
Yes.
got kids to yell at.
Well,
They're not so bad. I'm the one who keeps causing all the problems on accident.
there's a kid on the other side of the street that likes to cross through our yard.
Oh.
First time I caught him doing it, I was unbelievably mad, like just so upset that I didn't even know what to do. I just like went back inside the house. I was like, I'm not going to say anything to that kid because they're going to call a complaint in on me. But, ooh, this is my property. Why is he on my lawn?
So, Reyes, I'm going to get it right. How did you come up with your name for your character?
On most of the stuff I come up with, I'll just kind of smoke a J and then I'll just kind of think about it.
Okay.
I don't like
the
long names because I feel like long names it's like too much, it's too wordy. So I'm like, it's got to be kind of short and punchy.
Yeah.
Short and punchy.
Well, I may or may not have also been trying to mess with people's locate lists. So.
Yeah. I was going to say, I appreciate the short names for locate. Thank you. It's easier to type in if I don't have you saved. So
tell me about it. I don't know how they come up with some of those nightmare names, but I just give up adding them.
Yeah.
The name I used to hate was Blodued in Shades of Truth.
Oh my god, I still can't spell it.
I can never spell it right.
What about Golah?
Golah comes from Piers Anthony's Xan series.
I thought it was just because he has a lot of goals.
There you go.
Golah, the Xanth series is a world of magic and technology.
Cool.
And they're born with magical talents, and Golah's talent is the ability to communicate with inanimate objects.
Huh.
Hence his role play in the city.
Oh god, that would be really freaky.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, when the portal starts telling you, "You shall not enter."
Golah's like, I don't listen to you because I'm a gatekeeper and I can ward you. Or
Hale would be like off in a corner sobbing, like, why is it speaking to me? What does it mean?
That's awesome. So I just thought it was because he's always on the go. I was like, Golah's always on the go.
Yeah. Well, he also wears a lot of gold. And
Yeah.
so, like Golah sounds kind of similar.
And goals.
Goals, gold, go.
What about Will?
Oh, well, my name is actually from another character I made in another role-playing game. I think it was Lord of the Rings Online. I was making a hobbit and I couldn't decide what to call him, so I looked up recommended names, and it was like, oh, they should start with like Will and then with Rick and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, I'll name him Willrick. But that was taken, so I just took another ending and added son in the end. And eventually that split off into Will Rickson.
Will.
Yep.
Awesome.
I'm going to say something and don't take it the wrong way, but you sound a lot like our dog trainer. Where are you from?
You got me. I am the dog trainer.
Well, you'll be disappointed to know that Erica still counter surfs.
Yes.
Just like quiet over there.
To answer your question, I'm from Europe, Croatia specifically.
What?
I'm from Europe, Croatia. I'm Eurotrash.
Oh,
It's okay. I used to live in Europe. When I was like 3.
Yeah, you were a toddler.
I don't really remember it, no.
I thought we only let red-blooded Americans play this game.
Oh my gosh. You're mean.
Wouldn't that make them Native American then?
We had like a contingent of like Portuguese players for a while. That was pretty interesting.
Oh my god, Papa!
Yeah. No, we did. It was I think it was back in Lyra. We had there were like 2 or 3 of them, and they speak Portuguese pretty regularly, and it was a little bit weird, but I don't know. They seem like they're having a good time.
Well, Starling is stormed. Sorry, go ahead.
No worries.
I remember when I first got my PlayStation 4, I was playing Assassin's Creed with a bunch of French people. And because it was like 6 in the morning or something like that. And Chelsea comes downstairs and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm playing Assassin's Creed. And she goes, "Are those people talking French at you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." And she's like, "I'm going back to bed. Bye."
In French, and he's just over here playing the game like nothing's happening.
Hey guys, I gotta hop off of this for a minute. I'll be back.
Good riddance.
So I'll tell you the uncreative way that I came up with Starling's name. In the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
When I was introduced to, and I had dial-up, and I was introduced to a game called Underlight by some other players, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll create a character. All right, let me read through these and see which one I feel like sounds fitting. All right, I'll pick Fatesunder. Name. I'm so unoriginal. So if I'm watching a TV show or I have a favorite movie, I'm usually going to draw from that. So at that time, Silence of the Lambs was my favorite movie.
Oh my god, Starling.
Hello, Clarice.
Correct. And so Clarice is her middle name, if you ever asked her. But yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's keep the conversation Underlight focused so we don't get sued.
I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't start playing with playing as Dimitri. Playing with Dimitri. I didn't start. I originally started playing, like I said, back in 1996 in pre-alpha with Lawman.
He's responsible for a lot of very, very bad things.
Really, I wish I had a better standing of what the game was about when I picked character's name, because there was no storyline in pre-alpha, and I kind of got stuck with a stupid name. But basically, that name came about because the first three letters of my name are LAW, and I thought I was being clever. 14-year-olds are not clever.
I take offense to that.
Tim is not playing along very well, so we will skip talking to him.
Give him a spanking and tell him to be good.
I was almost going to tell him that, but I don't want to ruin the moment.
Okay. Look at Emmett, just like running around in circles around Starling.
Yes, he's whispering to her.
Stick out your foot and trip him. No, don't do that. That's metagaming because I told you, don't do that.
Dude, I absolutely wish we had a trip in the game.
Look, sometimes Starling will drop marbles when people are running, walking around her in circles, so.
I forget who it was that Hale tripped once.
Probably Dimitri.
No, somebody was walking around in circles or just generally being crazy, and she stuck her foot out. And it was Magnum. That's right. She tripped Magnum, and he fell on his face and, quote, died, unquote. What? Why did that give you, like, a tickle fit?
Because Starling just told him to do it.
To do what?
To firestorm everybody.
Don't, Starling. You can't do that.
Well, it's the library. They can't get hurt in the
Yeah,
library.
That's true, but it's still annoying having, like, everyone scream. It sounds like a cat in a blender.
It's so cool to show off the Fate Cinder Art of Firestorm. Sorry to interrupt Golah's presentation. But Firestorm's energy, right?
It is energy.
Honestly, if I had Firestorm, I'd probably be really annoying with it. So I can't blame you.
I mean, save up those roleplay points, and then you can just evoke Firestorm.
I've done it a few times. I've got like 200 and something roleplay points.
Gosh, I don't know how many I have. I used a lot of them up during the whole entire Eldrick thing when he was still particularly evil.
So, I guess to keep the conversation rolling, what do y'all want to see happen in the game? Like, what do you want to see? Where do you want to see the game go?
I definitely want to see players take more control and have, GMs more in a support position versus having to have GM elders to teach players and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
I agree with that.
because I think that they should be able to have fun too. They want to play the game too, but they have to balance their life, their work, their GM job, and then their player character, and it wears them thin, I think.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And it just seems a little bit like it's a thankless job too. So
at times,
it definitely is.
Yeah. So thank you, GMs who are listening and will listen to this for all that
look
you
at that. There's one in the chat now. Oh yeah, people were asking what roleplay points were because I think I've gotten a few since I've been starting this.
Who was asking about roleplay points?
Somebody in the chat.
When you collect 100 of them, you get a coupon for a free Big Mac.
Don't listen to him. He's a liar.
I still didn't get that coupon.
I should have gotten it probably around 3 times by now. Thank you. So where's my coupon?
I've been
well,
taking them.
you missed the role.
I mean, they're Big Macs, so I'm not like too interested. If it was lobster, I'd be all about it.
I'll take them if you don't want them.
Yeah, okay, Will, I'll give them to you if I ever figure out where they went.
Nice.
As long as you can, dog trainer, teach my dog to stop counter surfing. Like you said you would, you promised.
I will give it my all, yes.
Yeah. What's some of the weirdest stuff that you guys have ran into in the game?
Oh god, well that's a question to think about for a while.
I don't know that any of the good answers are going to be appropriate for this live.
PG. Yeah.
I once played charades with the Shadow. That was pretty fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Charades?
Yup.
Oh man. I wish I could have played charades with the Shadow.
Meridian sounds like, tell me you planted him.
Meridian Sun always cracks me up. Like, always.
I haven't had too much interaction with that character. He just kind of like runs past, like Hale scares him or something, or maybe he thinks that she smells funny. I don't know.
I'm actually going to start trying to make a little bit more of a effort to be a little more social with my character, because leaning on walls and making snarky comments is, fun and fine for what it is, but it's kind of boring.
I mean, that's more or less UL in a nutshell. Pretty much everyone just leans on a wall and makes snarky comments at one another.
Oh, and I thought I was special.
Or maybe I'm just hanging out with the wrong people, or the right people, I guess I should say.
No. See, we're friends. Can you please stop dying?
Okay.
Thank you.
I already apologized.
Go have yourself some water. Okay. See, Will and I, we're friends because we played Cards Against Humanity online. See? We're awful people already.
And he's your dog trainer.
Yes, he is my dog trainer. As Will gets very, very quiet. he's thinking.
That's all right. I just forgot I have to talk for a moment. I thought I was listening to a live stream.
Yes, you're part of the live stream. You have to talk.
Yup.
Yes, yeah, that's oh geez, I just smacked my head into the mic.
That's how it works.
Oh, no.
Okay. Tim. I pissed Tim off.
Oh.
It's always a good day.
What happened?
Did he take his ball and go home?
No, he came back.
Welcome back.
Anywho,
Welcome back.
how are we doing? Can you guys hear me?
Oh my God! Welcome back.
Shit, I don't think you guys can hear me.
I think maybe you can't hear us.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
shit.
can definitely hear you.
We can hear you.
I think I've reached the age where I'm now bad with technology.
Same.
Okay, so let's try this again. Welcome back.
Hi.
Welcome back. I'm in the same boat. I have to get my 18-year-old to show me how to use Snapchat all the time, and she's probably...
Girl, I don't even know how to use Snapchat. I have it. I don't know how it works.
She probably regrets ever having me download the app on my phone, so... But Underlight, I can do.
Well, I mean, it came out when I was like 7 or 6, so I would hope by now that some people understood how it works.
Yes, I get it. I'm going to die a long time before you do, okay?
Maybe not.
Well, I'm going to tell you the hardest thing. And I remember seeing this post. I don't know if it was on like the message board or what it was, or an email that went around a long time ago that was like, you play Underlight when. And it was like stuff that you do in Underlight that you translate then and do into like everyday life. So it was like when you know, tell your husband to join your party and walk outside and you can't understand why you can't whisper to him or something like that, right? Another one.
You would probably have to be like really, really, really high to believe that.
But the hardest thing, like for me, which is really sad, is if I minimize the screen, you know, and Alt tab out of it and then go into Discord, is not pressing T to talk to somebody. Like,
oh my God, I do it all the time. I even do it in texts on my phone. I do it. It's ridiculous.
I can attest to that.
How long have you guys all been playing?
Oh my goodness. I played for a little bit in Shades of Truth, like maybe only a few months, right?
Yeah, just about. And then Shades of Truth went down.
And it wasn't a great experience, but I decided to give it another try. And this time I've been playing for a little bit over a year now.
Almost two.
Almost two? No, I joined in October.
Yeah, the year before last.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been playing for much longer than I thought I would be.
And then I started playing in 2000 and played for 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years, then stopped for 15 years, and recently started playing again.
That was a lot less complicated.
I never played Shades of Truth. I only played the Lyran, and now I'm back for this.
I've been playing on and off for about almost 3 years now. That's it.
That was even less complicated.
Yep.
I started playing like I said, back in 1994 when it first started.
Wait, 1994?
1996.
Yeah, it was going to be like 1996, babe. 1996.
1996 when it first started. I played until it went behind the paywall. Then when I turned 18, I was able to get a credit card, and then I started playing again. I played the Lyran version. Right up until about 6 months before it went down, I remember the big drama when people first started getting Dream Strike and all that stuff. And then
oh man.
Then I didn't think about the game for a while, and I found Shades of Truth, played that for a ridiculous amount of time, then quit for about 4 or 5 years, and then came back and found this version. So that's a long, boring story to say that I've been playing this game for way too much of my life.
But you know
well,
what?
Chris, how long have you been playing Underlight?
Oh shit! I think similar to him, I started back in M-Player days.
Ooh, M-Player.
Yeah, back in the day.
Wow.
And I've been like off and on. I'd play like for a while here and a while there, and then I played towards the end of the Lyra version. I played there for a good couple years straight, and then for Shades of Truth, I think I played for the full duration of Shades of Truth. Minus there was a little bit of time when my character was like vaguely dead, so I was off for a while on that.
Vaguely dead.
And then I didn't play much on this version until rather recently.
Yeah, so your character met my character, and they decided that they were buddies, and then your character was like, "We're not buddies."
Is that what he said?
No.
I don't know. He's buddies. He's buddies to all.
Yeah.
See,
Hale's not thrilled with his actions.
You thought he was hostile. In reality, he just wanted to say he likes everyone.
As long as they're willing to throw their blood in the pot.
Yeah, he's a tough one to love.
Oh, Hale liked him just fine until he started getting really sketchy, and then she's like, "You know what? This is a bad decision. I think I'm gonna avoid that one.
If only you knew the half of it.
If only I did. I haven't seen you in game in forever. Then again, I don't play on the weekends because of work. So.
Been doing stuff. Been doing some other stuff.
I know.
Mostly playing with my kiddos. They take up a fair bit of time.
I know. And then it got quiet again.
So I'm reading. I'm
looking for a way to mock that, but I can't.
What?
Find it.
Go ahead, Will. Sorry.
I was saying I'm quiet because I'm trying to think of a way to mock him about it, but I can't. That's just sweet.
Oh, he's a good father. He spends time with his kids. So let's point and laugh at him.
Yeah.
My only comment every time kids are brought up is, I have a parrot. That's like a flying 2-year-old with a beak and claws, little needles for toes.
Yeah, I don't recommend it for everybody, but I have a good time with it.
Kids or parrots? I'm kidding.
Well, hey,
What's the difference?
he is he does say things sarcastically. He does know yes and no and what it means.
It's cheaper to see the parrot than a kid. You try to budget a kid's food for $20 for 6 months, and you're going to be getting a call from DCF.
And I mean, at least you can leave it home while it's under the age of 13 and not worry about getting a call from DCS as well.
Let's see, he's going to be 2 this year.
So since I have started playing again, the one thing that I have noticed I have really enjoyed is the questing system. I mean, it's pretty similar, but it seems like it's just a lot more fun. And I don't know if it's maybe because it's a little bit more player driven now, too. But, and the quests that Starling gets from elders are just super awesome too. And I really like that depending upon which teacher you go to, your quest is going to be, obviously they all teach a little bit differently, but Starling is getting to recognize, okay, if I really want something that's going to provoke thought and make me think deeper and push me, then I'll go to Raz. If I want something that's going to be Reyes, sorry, one day I'll say it right. If I want something,
that guy with the blood.
Yeah, that guy. If I want something that is going to, be more, hey, let's throw a party, or let's do something creative, or hey, let's, it pushes in a different way, then let's go over to Meridian, or, and it teaches in a different way too. So it's like, of the Fatesender teachers that are there, they all have a little bit different angle, and so it's all a little bit different flavor. And so I'm trying to make sure that I send her kind of rotatingly through each one, which is just kind of rounded out. So, and then of course always the other teachers as well. But that's just been pretty fun to do.
Yeah, I think that's one of the coolest things about the game is that you have to interact with real people to progress in a kind of meaningful way. And it's still, I think, one of the few. I know there's some other games out there with similar mechanics, but very few.
Has anybody in the room noticed that ward all the way over there?
That's no big deal. Wards spontaneously come and go. Just ignore them.
I see it, like right over there. It's like the first thing I noticed.
Well, speaking of parents, my mother is actually here, so I need to go say hi to her, and I may return.
Is that a threat or a promise?
Let's see. It was good talking to y'all, though. I'll see y'all in game, if not back here shortly.
Yeah, have a good night.
Right.
All right.
But no, that was a great point. If you
wait, so we're kind of running the live stream on our own?
No, we're here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, that was
who left?
I don't know who left.
Okay, I'm just losing my mind. It's all right. I have a little bit of a headache. Don't mind me. I think it was Reyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
me too.
Talk about him when he's gone.
No, that's not nice.
No, but going back to it, I mean, the only real flaw in the teaching system is if you're lazy like I am.
That's not a flaw, okay? Because you just answered your own question.
Exploitation.
Well, it's not a flaw in the system; it's a flaw in my character.
Okay, that's better.
But I do
But
love.
no, it is actually really refreshing to be able to go to somebody and that you've forged a relationship with and be like, hey, this is what I'd like to do, or this is what I'd like to learn, and get a task that's kind of tailored towards your character and not kill 50 rats.
There's an explanation of a character's name who I can't pronounce or spell.
Yeah, I'm not going to locate you anytime soon. Sorry, buddy.
It makes me think of a Ouija board.
But no, the interaction is what it's all about, and that's what's really cool.
Kujimari. There you go.
Ouija board.
Just call him the Marshal.
The Marshal.
The Marshal, yeah. I don't know. I don't mess with that guy. I've seen him around.
I've only seen him once. What's the racket over here? I have somebody poking fun at me over my snail infestation in the fish tank.
Okay.
You have a snail infestation in your fish tank?
Probably.
Sounds like a personal problem to me.
Did you put the snails in the fish tank?
No. What had happened was I bought...
You have spontaneously growing snails.
Let me explain.
Yeah, it seems like that.
Let me explain. So I bought these aquarium plants. And they were labeled snail and pest free. And lo and behold, yesterday, I think it was actually, I happened to notice this weird spot. And I got close to the fish tank and looked in, and sure enough, it's a snail. And that seems to be the only snail in there. But I did not put that snail in there. So the person who's giving me a hard time about it keeps referring to the snail as the mother snail and that he's fine with his snail overlords and all this stuff. And now he's like, you probably should kill it. But I can't do it. I don't have it in me to kill the snail. It's too cute.
Aww.
And how did it get there? I mean, it's a magical snail at some point. Like somehow it's a magical snail. I can't kill it.
Well, you don't have to kill it. You can just.
Good night, Uber. You have a good night.
Huh?
And you can just.
One of
You
my
don't
friends.
have to kill it. Just flush it down.
What?
Just flush the snail down the toilet. Then it can.
No.
You won't kill
There's
it.
chlorine in that water.
Well, no. It'll go to the sewers where it can have its magical sewer adventures.
Except
Oh
we have
my
a
God.
giant shredder in
Well,
our front yard.
yes.
Everything that gets flushed goes to the shredder first.
We have this thing called a mini septic tank, and it shreds everything.
That's like a step system.
Oh. Okay, then maybe don't do that.
No, I'm not going to kill it. Now I feel bad for telling you all about the snail.
Okay, your heart is at the right place, and we know that.
Well, at least Starling understands.
Eventually, the snail's going to get bigger, and then we can just set up a webcam for the snail versus beta fish Royal Rumble.
You know, he hasn't really seemed to care at all about that snail one bit.
Well, anyway, Underlight.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's too funny.
So Yeah, my favorite part, again, it's always the interactions. Like and different people will be involved in different role plays that you can decide to what limit do you want your character to be involved in that. Like where is your character's goals? What do they perceive themselves doing? Okay, now this person's doing something maybe I was like never had entertained that I would want to do. Maybe I would want to send her that way. I don't know. There's that path. And that's probably too, since there are so many options, maybe why Golah and Hale probably haven't interacted very much, because they kind of have their own worlds going on. So they can have their separate worlds or their worlds can collide. It's just like unlimited possibilities. So it's super cool.
Ooh.
I agree with that.
That just got deep.
I feel like as I listen to you, I feel like dumber and dumber, but in a really good way.
Well, see, the nature of these role plays that I'm doing with the planers is the fact that, I mean, we're not stupid individuals. We all know that Golah's character is being supported by GM somewhere by doing the things that they're doing. My goal is to get it to a point where the players can do those things, where we can make flames, where we can make a tree within reason. Everything has to have a limited reasonability to it, because look what happened when we got Inscribe. I mean, how many codexes were flying around, filling up rooms because it was a new toy and everybody wanted to use it. Well, I want the same thing for flames and to be able to really enhance roleplay. So Golah roleplays Forge. Forge is just one version of creation, the ability to create things. And that was my thing up at OSM the other day. It's just one art of creation, but there are several steps before Forge and steps after Forge that are inducive of creation itself.
And then it got really quiet again.
Well, I just started thinking about all the abuses of codexes that I remember when we first got into it.
I was thinking codex.
There's a memory, man. We used to fill up rooms just to drop ward so that we could put wards in our pockets and walk around with them and throw them up on a portal whenever we wanted.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I remember the pocket wards. Those were fun.
That was before they were portal tuned. Then they became portal tuned to try to prevent that abuse, and we found a way around that, of course.
Y'all are terrible.
Be honest with the software.
Be honest. Whatever, I didn't hear anything.
I honestly don't know how that ward got into my pocket.
It was the ward fairy, I swear, officer.
These aren't my pants.
These aren't my pants. These are my roommate's pants. He carries around the wards and stuff. He's bad. I don't know. I kind of took that one a little too far. I apologize.
Oh, so Apophis asked a really good question. He said, while energy is never lost on the whole, it must be removed from one thing to empower another. Which technically is true, but the energy is still there. It's just transmuted.
Why are you laughing?
I can't say.
Don't make any sexual jokes, Will.
Oh, that wasn't Will. That was Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Yeah. I'm playing nice. You told me to, and I'm respecting your wishes.
Yeah, well, Dimitri threw that out the window. Dimitri, do I have to beat you down when I next see you?
It's okay. Don't worry. We got an assortment of canes and whips.
Sweet. That sounds like another stream.
Exactly.
I bet we could get some players with that.
Just repackage the whole thing. UL after dark.
Oh, Lord, that's so terrible.
It's like Big Brother After Dark.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm waiting for Apothos to respond. So while he does that, I will sit here and twiddle. No, I'm just kidding. So basically, he's asking a good question, which I addressed at the very beginning, which is the basic concept of energy is that it transforms into other things based on what it is that we're doing with it as dreamers. Transforming raw elements into a fireball and then launching it at a person, which is basically to create something that will damage someone. But at the same time, you could take that same fireball and use it to melt down an item and turn it into something else. Or you could use it to dig a hole or burn a hole into the side of the scape and stuff like that. So those are the equal concepts of what you can do with the flame, which is showing you that the energy of itself is the same, but you're changing the purpose of the energy with the intention behind it. Which, so I'm going to now say in the game.
And then we got all quiet again.
Well, we can't talk all the time.
I mean, I wish that I had more to contribute, but I'm the kind of role player that likes the deep, dark, scary stuff. And it seems like a lot of people really don't. And that's okay. So I'm over here like, I have nothing else to say, unfortunately.
Hey, everybody adds a little bit of flavor.
And see, that's the key. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why I wanted to do the panel. I mean, yeah, we have our jokes and we do our conversation. We're talking about other things other than Underlight, which is fine. But when we're focused on the game, and we'll talk about the game, and then we can focus on something else. I completely 100% support that because it shows that we're real people. I don't see too many games that do this or allow this, with the GM support that we're getting in order to do these streams. The biggest thing I want more streams. I want more players that want to stream because it advertises you, the player. It advertises you, the event. Most likely because we're going to email support or role-playing at Underlight. We're going to get some sort of GM support as well. And that allows us to really showcase the game to people who don't play it yet. The big separation there is you can't do this with WoW. You can't do this with Quake. You can't do this with, any of these other role-playing games because they're...
Your boy has a follow-up question.
Oh, who has a follow-up question?
Apothos.
Oh.
He finally got back to you.
Yeah.
And I have a follow-up question.
I think the good thing about doing these panels, like you said, is that each person does bring a little bit of a different flavor to the game. And ultimately what people need to remember is that we're telling one cohesive story, but we're only playing it from the role of one character.
Correct.
So it's really good to see how we interweave with each other. I really would like to see somebody take it up and novelize some of the events that we've had. But then when you think about it, I mean, who's really good enough to write each and every character and stay true to the characters? And I don't think it's even possible. But I have completely lost the thread of this thought. So, but
I've always seen your character Dimitri pretty much stay in character. Mm-hmm. He holds a grudge like an elephant holds a memory.
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, I told him that he's not allowed to talk about the EA because
not that grudge. I mean, Golah and Dimitri have had their run-ins.
Is that so? That's news to me. Oh man.
He probably doesn't talk about it much because Golah's insignificant.
It's okay. He'll be friends with Golah, and then Dimitri will be like, "What are you doing, woman?"
I think they honestly had a civil conversation the other night.
Yeah, we did. It was actually pretty pleasant.
I think a lot of people think that Dimitri just hates them when he doesn't really. He just, he's hard to get along with. And he's kind of, and I'm not saying this because I'm completely staying away from that major grudge that he has, but he's kind of been he's evolved from who he was when he first showed up in Shades of Truth.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a little over the city, and he's there, but he doesn't even know why. He doesn't know why to himself why he's there. He comes back out of habit, and he's got some very close friends within the city he doesn't want to give up, but otherwise he could really take it or leave it, and he's trying to find something to engage himself to, but it's kind of slow going for him right now. And
Yeah, I've felt that things are kind of slow for Hale right now as well.
And trying to find something to kind of perk him back up. But yeah, he's kind of just got this attitude that he's pretty much over the whole city, and just I think
that's your character though, not your controller.
Oh yeah, no, not me. I like playing the game. It's a great escape from my daily life, without going too much into what that is.
Oh Jesus, Apophis is like said if you. Okay, so let me try to answer this question. Apophis is a very smart character, but he's also somewhat of
an instigator almost.
Yeah, instigator, but he does it in a way. Yeah, he does it in a way that doesn't make him look like the instigator. But he does have a knack for calling people out. Let's just put it that way.
Oh man, like there was some stuff that happened, and him and Hale quit being friends. And then after a while, Hale was all like, "You know what? I miss having friends." Aww. Went and apologized to him, and he was pretty much like, "Well, that's nice." I was like, "Come on, man, throw her a bone. She came over and apologized." But it was you who was bad. It was you.
I personally think he's a pretty cool character, like super thought-provoking. We'll definitely get into debate, but it's always on like a pretty cool level. And every once in a while, this raw humor comes out that just makes me laugh on the other side of the screen. So
yeah, I agree. Now, if only he would just be like, "Okay, fine, we could be friends again, Hale." I would be able to see more of that.
So I'm explaining the cost to Apophis if he flames the marshal.
What on earth?
On the other hand,
reading it.
That last sentence, I thought we were trying to keep this G-rated.
Well, he said but. He didn't say other things.
I think the act is more graphic than the word.
Quiet, you're nitpicking. Oh, Starling accidentally muted herself, I think.
It's okay.
Or maybe she had to mute herself.
I did. My husband's getting ready to go to bed.
Oh.
Rookie.
I know.
I don't want us to be all like, "Oh, good night." So cute.
No, I gotta work tomorrow.
Oh, he's telling.
Yeah, I hear him.
Yeah, I'd sing you to sleep, but I'm pretty sure it would keep you awake.
Somebody said they would sing you to sleep if you'd like, but they're pretty sure it will keep you awake.
It would definitely keep him awake.
I probably wouldn't even notice.
Nightmares.
Everything.
And then it got quiet once more.
I'm just happy in general tonight, so it doesn't really matter.
You're happy in general tonight?
Yes, Daniel Bryan got to come back and.
Oh yes, Daniel Bryan was cleared to wrestle in WWE again.
Isn't that just fake though?
Ta-da!
Welcome to my own personal podcast.
Who's Daniel Bryan?
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Who's Daniel Bryan?
Sorry, we don't all follow wrestling. I'm sorry.
I stopped watching after Owen Hart died in front of me, so sorry.
Oh well, I mean, I guess I could see how that would be an issue.
You were actually there that night?
No, we were actually. It was down the road from us, but we were in the pay-per-view because we couldn't get tickets.
Yeah, I was watching that same pay-per-view that night too.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah, I remember that night. It was not a good night.
I know of it. I didn't see it though.
It was the first time my dad ever broke down and ordered us the pay-per-view. And it was also the last night that my dad ever broke down and ordered us a pay-per-view.
You poor unfortunate soul. Fate was not smiling upon you that night.
But yeah. Oh, it looks like, is that a new character?
Rosalie?
Yeah.
No, I've talked to her before.
She pops
I
in
haven't seen
here
her
and
in a
there.
while.
She pops in here and there.
Okay.
All right,
actually,
so we're gonna pretty much wrap this up. But we're gonna have like last statements from each person. So let's start with Chelsea and Dimitri.
What? No, don't start with us. Oh, say something.
It was actually really fun to be with you guys tonight, and you know, I know we came off topic a little bit, but
That was my fault. I'm sorry.
we were really kind of scared of dead air.
Yes.
So you know, it's great to be able to get this done. I'd love to be back on if I haven't, you know, annoyed you too much.
No. It's like the streams are ever developing, so you can't constantly talk Lyra Underlight 100% of the time, because you got to remember it's OOC. It's meant to create camaraderie between the players, so it's good to talk about some of the things that interest us, whether it's Underlight or not, as long as we still refer to Underlight and talk about Underlight. So I'm okay with going off topic and things like that because we're all here for the same reason.
Yeah. But anyway, going back to it, you know, like I said, it's a great thing that we're doing this and we're promoting our game, because I mean, a lot of us have a lot of time invested and like I said, a good portion of my life has gone into this game, and really to see it disappear or to see it fade away because of lack of interest is, you know, would be a shame. So anything we can do to try and bring in new blood or bring back some of the old players, which, you know, that would be amazing.
I would definitely like to see more of the Lyra and Shades of Truth and Idol players, a good mixture of each, because I think each has something unique that they bring to the game. Because if you look at the game today, we have way more areas than we did back in Lyra days, and that's due to the other versions of the cities that were created. So, you know, kudos to those teams and those players that played in those days, because they've given us returning players and new players something new and interesting to experience.
Yeah. Well, one final thing, and then I'll wrap it up. But I would really love to see back to the days where when you go to the Who window, you can scroll down 4 times and not hit bottom.
Yeah, I want to definitely get back to that.
Yeah, or when you go do a thresh run and every single thresh is full of characters, it's just a matter of which gossip you want to listen to.
I have never experienced that, but my like little thing before we wrap it up over here, and I'm sorry we seem to be taking up a lot of time.
Oh, you guys are fine. You guys are fine. This is what creates interest in the game.
Okay. I want to see more of the like really spooky, scary stuff.
Sure.
If more people would be interested in that. And
mean
I know
as
there's
far
some role players out there somewhere that haven't heard of Underlight that would be totally into that.
You mean as far as role-playing scary stuff in the game?
Yes. Like
I think Reyes is working on something like that with his character, and he with
yes, he is.
Ashir.
He's told me a little bit about it, but no spoilers. He's just like, oh well, I'm planning some scary stuff, scary spooky stuff, and I'm like, great.
Hey,
I'm waiting.
I'm all for it, man. You know, I mean, granted,
Pretty
I'm technically in a house of peace, so it's not like I can really fight anything, but I can definitely peace or something till it gives up.
I will own you with peace.
I'm just a fan of the deep, dark, scary stuff and the macabre and all that fun stuff.
I shall shake your hand and give you a hug, my friend.
Kill him with kindness.
It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again.
Hey, you know, Starling's familiar with
work out for Hale. I don't suggest it.
All right, so I want to thank you all for attending. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Hale, Dimitri, Starling, and Will. Please spread the word to your fellow players. Either it's in forum form.
Oh, look, it's Bandy.
Who is that?
Banderette.
Oh, there's an old name.
Yeah, he's a big-time villain back in Idol Ecclesia.
Oh, sweet.
Well, that's pretty exciting.
So basically, if you have friends that play Underlight or don't play Underlight yet, direct them to our page. Don't forget to subscribe to our Underlight page on Twitter, Facebook, I believe, Instagram. Koi Scribble can help me out with that.
We have an Instagram?
We do have an Instagram.
Huh.
And the videos are going to be uploaded onto Twitch as well.
Awesome.
You guys have a Twitch now?
We do.
Oh man, my Twitch is like just collecting dust. I got nervous and didn't do anything with it.
I'm not streaming from it yet, but I am uploading our YouTube videos over there. So that kind of gives us another outreach over there. But like I said, you know, if you have players or if you yourself have a stream idea and you guys want to get together and stream it, you know, message me on the forums or message me in Discord. My name is Golah. I am known as the Golden One, somewhat unstable. Well, okay, let's not kid. I'm very unstable, but still. Thank you so much for attending. I greatly appreciate it. You guys were awesome.
Okay, I've always wanted to say this, but don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
Don't forget to check out my Patreon. $1 up gets special benefits.
I don't have a Patreon, but I think you just gave
I don't
Dimitri an
know that
idea.
we can use Patreon.
You can use Patreon.
And don't forget to check
This
out.
stream has been brought to you by Books on Tape and
No, this stream has been brought to you by the letter U.
Hold on. This has been a pretty
Spicy roll.
This has been a pretty clean stream, so I may have to edit this last bit out, but I have to end it with this because I heard it on YouTube once. Hey, make sure to make love to yourself or to someone else. Have a great night. Play Underlight.
Don't run with scissors.
Woo!
Don't run with scissors. That's a big thing.
Stay in drugs, kids. Don't do school.
tell them, Steve.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.